Good afternoon. Bloody PPR in the pound, eh? Really screwed us. Just can't see why it should move such a lot. Looking back, maybe should have done a bloody struggle for it, eh?
Absolutely amazing.
It is amazing. It's ridiculous. I mean, I'm looking at the screen now. It's got just a second. It's in the way there. It's getting in the way now to get rid of this. Won't get rid of this now. That's better. Where were we? Yeah. Came out slightly higher than expected, and it took off. I mean, really don't know. And look at the core CPI. Now that's above, not much above, that's above, right? That's inflation, right? I did us a bit of a favor, I get you, but that's not the point. The point is, you know, if it's inflationary, it should strengthen the Canadian, not weaken it. So it is a favor, but still doesn't make sense. And the other one, I don't know. Incredible. What a cock up. Maybe we should just put the stop in, the hell with it, because we didn't profit in hindsight, but I never expect anything like that. It's always easy afterwards saying maybe she'd done the straddle trade and, you know, really scoring, but who would have known that would have happened? I knew it's coming out, clearly, it was mentioned, it's clearly in front of us, but the extent of that move, and I mean, the figures are higher, but not drastically, but even so.
No, it's absolutely crazy, but do yourself a favor and have a look at CAD JPY.
Bloody hell. Yeah. But then again, it's gone the wrong way. I mean, inflationary means expecting interest, which means strengthening of the particular currency. Why this one had opposite direction? It's pretty unfathomable. I mean, but that's nothing compared to the pound. The pound, the weakest currency. I get maybe a bit inflation, maybe talk interest rates or worry about that. But that was drastic. I'm trying to avoid it, but I'll have to go and look at it. I haven't really started. Yes, 4 o'clock, can't do you? I mean, this is since then, it's gone up nearly 200 pips, you know? And then GBP USD, remember the dollar's still fairly strong, 140 pips. And both trades are doing brilliantly. Looking back, I think maybe this should have said, right, bung the, just before half past, bung the stop loss in just in case. Then you'd been saved. You'd back the opposite way around, then you'd been hit the TP by now. Which is just yeah. Yeah, I really don't know. Just that really shook me, put me got a bit bitter and twisted actually. A lot of guys, some guys at first trade, they're very pleased when they went in. Thank you very much. You're not so bloody pleased now. They don't understand it. Well, I mean, they don't understand. I mean, they didn't understand what the fundamental coming up. I didn't realize that completely. But the effect of it. A couple of people asked me, if it's gone up so much, it must come off. It must be a bit of profit taking for people, but anything alone. I'm not sure. I really can't make a call on it. This is well going to continue it up. Actually, Anna Marie just joined. I'm going to apologize, Anna Marie. I didn't expect this kind of reaction on the pound. So I don't know if you did anyway on your own back. Maybe you should have put the stop in it and break even just in case. But who would have thought that it would have that kind of reaction on that particular funding? I mean, it came slightly above, I get that. But I mean, 200 pips in the GBP NZD, I mean, it's unbelievable. So, yeah, highly disappointed. I'm highly annoyed, to be honest. Sport my excellent morning. Had a really good day. Trades are solid for one. I came back and bit so badly there. Yes, No, anyway, how's it, Morris? So I just had you probably guessed a bit of a whinge, extreme whinge about the pounds suddenly taking off like that. On the PPI figure, was slightly even more than expected, but not in my opinion justify that. But anyway, it is what it is. If I even thought, consider that, I'd have said, guys, just to be sure, before I pass, put a stop at break even just in case. Never in a million years. I've seen a few Germany, CPI, pound CPI, Europe. I haven't seen that kind of carry on, unless it's astronomically different. But it wasn't. It was a little bit worse, but nothing phenomenal, you know. Unbelievable.
According to the press, everybody is extremely excited about this pound, and they reckon that the interest rates will be less than expected.
That doesn't make any sense. That doesn't make any sense. That why would you have a reduction in interest rates in a clear aspect of inflation? And interest rates being less should weaken the currency, not strengthen it. And then you look at the Canadian, that should have been the other way around. I mean, we're short the cat against the dollar, the Aussie dollar, so just a bit of a favor actually. But that's not the point. I don't understand it. So I say, sure. Anyway, you know what I'm saying? I mean, that compound doesn't make sense. If we're going to weaken interest rates, we should have hit the TP, not the other way around. I wasn't saying you still, we've got to hope not to take too much strain on that if you move this stock. Unless you're long, different story.
And apparently this is now the first signs of growth in Britain in the last 11 months.
Well, then, okay, well, I suppose from a growth perspective, they see a slightly stronger pound coming out, I suppose, from that way. So what I mean, something here, load shedding's got nothing to do with it. If you've got to stop, that stop's put into the market. It's not to do with load shedding or your computer. Market. So the load shedding, if I lose the computer now, they got the stop loss in at 121 on the dot, and it's 120 on the dot, whether the computer on the load shedding or not, it'll be taken, it'll trigger the stop. So I don't understand that. But but you say you moved your stop loss from the GBP NZD. I'm assuming you were short, not long. So you must be taking a bit of strain then, because it's gone up, it's gone a horrendous amount. Unless you manually get out of the GBP. All right. But yeah, I'm still a bit reeling from that. I mean, I don't mind jumps. I mean, he's happy, but that was just ridiculous. Anyway, moving on. I haven't a bit. I'm sure we're not happy with any of it. Okay, right. We're just going to wait a little bit to 1:30 before we go and look at the NAS. Look, let's have a look at the NAS in the meantime. Yeah, it's come off, as you can see. Let's put them a day to get a better idea. It's come off, as you can see. So in theory, that should help on R3 open, if those are in, of course, share trades. So hopefully that will come right. But it's just everything was looking pretty sunshine this morning, and that went screwed it up big time. Blocking myself. I should have said, guys, just put it in just in case. But even so, fine. Yeah, that's very disciplined, Boris. A lot of pros do that, but I don't advertise that, because when it comes to actually doing it, a lot of people chicken out. So I don't make a noise about it, but a lot of pros do that. Takes a lot of discipline to take a loss on that. Nice, the SL does it for you. Anyway, yeah, anyway, so I don't know what to say, so I'll move on from that. Okay. Afternoon, Von Dealey. Well, would you want to go back in short again, or would you buy it this time around? I wouldn't be buying it now. Don't know what to do. It might even consolidate a bit. Seem to try to take this high out now for some reason. I'm not even going to go near the bloody thing now. In theory, it should come back a bit, profit taking, nothing else. When it gets a bit unfathomable, I'd rather stay out of the way. I like to know why something's going on. Even if it started going up, maybe some guys might think, let's chase them along. I think let's come forward. Figures aren't justifying that. Sure. Anyway, hard times, I have to say, it completely perplexes me. Especially after a bloody day when we had just got all the trades doing well. Even the FTSE was coming right. Our good friend, the FTSE. What's happened to that now? Yeah, even that was coming right at one stage. Oh, well, anyway, so there it is. It is what it is. Yeah, I could do AUD out already. It's about breaking even. Came down, giving us a bit of a nasty time there, but it seems to be trying to recover. So it's about break even at the moment. Still a shorter term chart. Yeah, it starts coming up right. What's the other one? AUD Yeah. Yeah, I wondered about one. Looks like it got the pullback around about these levels. Remember, just a bit below. I think it's a good chance that might move up. As a matter of fact. Just going to check the weekly quickly, just in case I'm missing something there. No, that's fine. 4 hourly. Start to recover, yeah. So as it came back, the buyers are coming in already. It's only 10 minutes old. So I do quite like this one as a possible buy on this one. Get over the bloody pound. So I say you got to be disciplined, Maris. I mean, you know, it's bogeyed or double bogeyed the previous hole. Very difficult not to carry it on to the next hole. I'm using golf as an example. You've got to somehow put it out of your mind. And it was doing so well, I wouldn't mind. I know my ideas, that's nailing me even block. They're my ideas as well. Okay, no problem, Dirk. Let's have a look at this anyway, see if anyone wants to do this one. Where can put the stop? So I need a bit clearer on that. Put it, how far away is this? I think round about there. 1.0950, make it 1.0950. And TP. See that there? So it's going to be about there. Yeah. Make it 1.1148. What have I done there? It's far too far. Because this is wrong. Bloody thing. On the weekly now, sorry. That's better. Yeah, that'll do. And this is going to be where it was before. We'll get over cube. Now, to here, that's about how I'll do. Remember, I can always play around with that. It's the least you worried. Yeah, that's fine. You can modify that upwards if you want or whatever. That's good enough. Okay, it's 90 bucks a micro. I have to say I quite like this one. 1302. You can if you want. If you want to put that in, Mara, it's not a problem. I'll stick with this one for the moment. You can always modify it upwards. If it doesn't get to 1.13, guys, you get out at 1.12 something or other. You're still smiling. Okay, so start off with that. You can always modify. Maybe a little bit wider stop. Can get slightly wider and then wider TP. Yeah, I think I'll agree with you. Every blow these guys here. How far is that? It's about 100 pips, but I think that should do. Now I have to make this a little bit wider. No problem with that. Yeah, that'll do. That's fine. If you want to widen a TP, that's your choice, of course. I'm put yesterday's range as well, just below that. It's a bit wide, rather wide one, we get knocked out on the noise. It is below the 50 in the line there, so we should be okay there. In theory, short of something ridiculous happening. I'll go back to the daily rather. So yeah, hopefully that will hold anyway. So what do you think, guys? We're still reeling from the bloody pound. While you're looking at that, I just come back to dirt there. No, it wasn't really, just more astonishment of the pound. I mean, more than that, just astonishment that the figures came out in the PPI slightly higher than expected, which is a bit inflationary. But expect a 200 pip jump then on the pound against the Kiwi, which is quite a strong currency in itself. I just have to say I was very taken aback. Yeah, your CAD's doing well. The CAD's weaker now. It should strengthen. The core CPI on the CAD was slightly higher. To me, that's inflationary. That should have actually strengthened the Canadian. As it turned out, it did us a favour, but it's not the point. It didn't make sense, you know. But anyway, luckily, it didn't make sense, worked in the favour of that one. God, bloody. Well, I knew it was coming. I mean, we have the economic calendar, but I didn't think it was going to make that astronomical. I mean, it might make a bit of a difference, something like that. It just, the figures came out, and I could not believe what the pound did. I talk about overreaction. It's like calling an ambulance because you cut your finger over the top, you know. Anyway, whatever, it is what it is. I can't do more than that. I've moaned enough, so I think I'll move on. So what do you think about this particular one? I think Morris quite likes it, because we mentioned it, and we mentioned earlier on. Anybody else quite like this one?
I'm in since this morning. It did my pending order.
Oh, okay, fine, so you're already in. Okay, that's great. So we'll put that down then, because a couple of people like it then, so get that down. Okay, AUD, NZD as a buy at these levels, which is what, 1.1020, 1020, put in between the spreads, make it 22, 1.0922, 1.1210. And that is 115. Okay, well, give it a try. Eh? Okay, fair enough, Dirk. Yeah, well, quite everyone by surprise. This is it's just ridiculous. Anyway, okay. Yeah, AUD CAD is trying to go in the right direction. It's about breaking even. What do we get in that 75? It's about where it is now. So breaking even is a bit down most of this. That's at least a bit of good news. What's the time now? Another 10 minutes or so before we switch over to the shares, etc. And anything else? The gold is hovering a little bit. What's the dollar doing? Dollars, yes, we gained 104, came off a bit, gained 104, might start coming off again with gold. But anyway, still in a bit of profit there. The other's not too bad. Okay, so yeah, that's why I can comment on that little lot. Okay, right, any new people here? I think everyone's been here before, so I have to post. Don't think you have to post the economic calendar, so you've all got it now. I recognise most of the names, so you should have it, and the DXY, that's fine. So you're right. I think you've all got my number. If you want it to stay so, you've all got my WhatsApp if you need it. Okay. Yeah, we'll see if we can get some sense out of this one. Okay. Anything else to discuss with you guys I've forgotten about or not? No, not really. No. Don't forget tomorrow. I'll remind you again tomorrow anyway. But we've got Powell speaking, the Minister of the FOMC meeting tomorrow. Fortunately, it's quite late, 9 o'clock. I'm very early and out of the way. But anyway, again, it is what it is at 9 o'clock. So people are probably a bit nervous of that. I'm certain the CPI on the bloody sodding pound will do that. If anything possible, you know. We won't. He's speaking. It's not a release of figures, by the way. So don't start thinking about straddle trade. Just be out if he's doing that, because he can jump around. in a trade, is the only thing is, you trade at a profit, you maybe put your stop loss in just to protect, but I wouldn't take any new trades then, not on the dollar anyway. Jump around, see what happen. I think he's going to reiterate more or less what he said before, but yeah, that could get a bit of strength of the dollar, but we shall see. Anything could happen, I don't know. Yeah, on this one, yeah, for sure, yeah. You're not going to get the exact bottom or top. It might come off a few more, it might jump up. Whether that goes from 24 to 20 or to 30 in the next 10, 15 minutes or nothing at all, that's impossible. So it's just around about that area. I just worked it out at that specific figure you risk. So there it is. It comes off a bit, well, so be it. It goes, who knows? But there we are. Yeah. Okay, so we'll see what happens there. You just got another Wi-Fi. That's all right. Got a backup Wi-Fi. Oh, that's all right. Unless you mean like a dongle. I should actually get one myself. It just makes you portable. You have to go out to the office or something like that. They got Wi-Fi at the office, but it's anyway, whatever. Okay, covered most of the stuff. I had me bloody whinge. We've covered most of the stuff. Are we in anything else that we need to check out on? No, we think we're out of everything else. Okay, so yeah. Yeah, you've been waiting for the bears. Yeah, I think it's going to consolidate a bit. I think it's overcooked. I think I'm not suggesting one moment you trade a short. It is at the moment, but don't know if that's going to last. Just jumping around in a very tight range. But on the gold, I mean. But I'm not going to take a trade on it. But yeah, I think it's. I seriously think it's overcooked in that. I think there could be a bit of pullback. Is there much technical damage going? Take this off now. You're all go ahead. Right, we're on the daily. It's gone from neutral into the buy zone. Yeah, I still think it might get a bit of a pullback and then make its mind up. It might consolidate. I'll be honest, I found this at the moment just about impossible to call. I'm so taken aback with it. I don't know what to make of it. I wouldn't be surprised if suddenly shoots back down again. It just seems to be hovering. So maybe I think just let the thing go. It's been a bit slow. Got a bit of help from the funding. But it seems to be most stick with it. At least it's around about break even. Your actually fundamentals are really, really strange. Eh? But yeah, I had to look at it. I think I probably might get a bit of a pullback, but I'm certainly going to trade it. Might get lucky or some good money after that. Yeah. That's something you can do. Try and keep your sense of humor. Mine took stranger there, I tell you. My ideas, my sodding trades, bloody good trades. And I thought, hey, this is all right. And then smacks you. Why couldn't you go the other way? Eh? And you really would you smile. Anyway, so there it is. Hello, Elaine. Good to have you with us. You're new here. I'm not sure you've been before, but because he's new, I'm just going to put the dollar index up for you. Just copy and paste this, Elaine. Keep it handy. That's the dollar index. It's important. And then put up the economic calendar. We talk about fundies or fundamentals. I've been mentioning about it. You've been probably a bit better than me. Just keep an eye on how it affects the market. It can be very strange. So at least you're aware. It said, suggest you save those two, minimize in your laptop, save them both your browser. When you open up in the mornings, make sure you have them minimized so you can check them as you're going along. Okay, I don't know how much experience you've got, etc. But if you've never been to a lesson before or anything like that, you might find this a bit confusing. If you trade before, well, not a problem. But if it's completely new, you might have to do a couple of classes. I assume you bought Stock Market College package. If you had a couple of classes, just so you know, you come in completely brand new to the business, you might find this a bit confusing. So we don't want that to happen to you, frighten you off. It can be a pleasure. Stay, of course you can, but you need to know a couple of basics under your belt before you don't get too confused. Hope that's all clear. If you have traded before, well, that's all fine. Martin's new, but he's been trading before. A couple of things statements he made, I can see his trade before, so that's fine. Okay, so time now, another 5 minutes before we can shoot over and maybe get some good news coming out of that. What's the NAS doing? Is it coming off anymore? Yes, it is. That's a bit of good news, eh? Drop below two, well, just slightly below at one stage, 12.2. So we'll see how that goes. On the 50-minute lower highs, so maybe we'll get a bit more movement down, jumping on at 30:30. Okay, right. Finally, Anna Marie, anybody there? Anything you'd like to discuss? I think we'll just leave the pound whinging alone. I think I've done enough for everybody now. So let's try to think something positive to cheer us up. Anything else you want to look at? Anything you want to discuss? Any questions you'd like to ask? Anything you're not sure about? Oh, you got both. Okay. Well, just off that subject, rain. I had rain before I got the Wi-Fi, and I found, I'm not blaming rain, nothing wrong with the product. I just thought to get so many overcrowding in the what you call the towers there. It's like saying, you know, you've got a 4-lane highway and you can do 180 on it, but you can't if it's like log jammed with cars. Same sort of principle. I'm not very much up on tech. And the result of it, I had to go and get the fiber because I was getting too much buffering. Not the range fault, it's just that it's, you know, supposed to be doing 50 megs a second, but often it wasn't happening that way. And you can't do a training that keeps buffering, obviously. So I had to, unfortunately, give it back. They're very good about it. Just hand it back. They picked up the quite nice because it's portable as well. But and then came and put the fiber in. But I prefer rain working 100% because it's completely portable. Pick it up and off you go. What a pleasure. But anyway, so there it is. But obviously, I hope you're not having too much trouble with it. At least you got a backup or something. Okay, I've got you. Well, mine was about £1,000 a month, and it was unlimited usage at 50, and but it was just the buffering. So I had to let it go. Pity. So I prefer it. Kept it because it's a lot more portable, easier. You leave, you move house, go to Cape Town, Durban, wherever you're going, pick it up and off you go. Yeah. Anyway, so it is. Yeah, just a couple of minutes more to go. Yeah, gold thing. What's happening here? What is the dollar doing? The game 104. I don't know. I mean, there are times I just scratch my head. Remember Laurel and Hardy? Stan Laurel to scratch his head like that at the moment. Now we'll have a look at that in a minute, Kate. I'm going to go over. It's nearly 30:30. We'll go and have a look at that in a minute. Yeah, well, I'm in Joburg, so it's clearly available there. I checked it out maybe before you came in with it. I checked it out as well. Fiber's away because, oh, well, bloody hell, 200. Whoa, whoa, whoa. That is fast. $1,000. Wow. You're probably paying more on the ground because I'm paying about that, then I'm not getting it. I'm not sitting moving 200, I'm at 1,000. God, that's fast. And the fiber as well is so reliable because it's going to get all the buffering. That's not bad. You're getting 1,000. It's only $200 more than I'm paying, and I'm getting 50. That's incredible. Not that, to be honest, I get through about, I'm not kidding you, I get through about 250 to 300 gigs a month. And I haven't really much problems, so I don't really think I need to upgrade, but it's interesting to know that. That's what we need, is I can be on YouTube or Netflix or whatever at the same time. Not at any point, but I can. So I'm okay with it anyway. Okay, what's the time? Yeah, a couple of minutes to go. Let's see how the NAS is doing. We'll get over there and get it ready. 15, yeah. See how that goes. Sorry, I'm still a bit battle scarred over that movement up last week, to be honest. Shell shock the way it is. Yeah, that's a good point. That's right. When you're staying in a family of people, that is the problem. Remember the old days of TV before all this? You know, everyone fighting for the bloody remote to watch One wants to watch the sport, and the other wants to watch, I don't know, whatever they want to watch. Yeah, price is coming down. It's pretty good. I remember the days about 10 years ago. It cost me $100 a month to get in costs if I was doing the same sort of usage you get in the moment. No, that's one thing that's come down. I'm not kidding you. I'm like R1 a megabyte, something stupid back 10, 12 years ago, 15 years ago. Yeah, R1 a megabyte, that would be $300 a month for your internet. It's coming up to the movement. Come on, keep going down. We want to get some money back on the shares. I trust you guys are in them. Making a lot of noise about the Meta, Microsoft, and the Hewlett Packard HPQ. So some of you in it, if I'm making a lot of noise about these shares, you're not in it, it's a bit pointless, you know. Only HPQ. I think some guys are in the other two as well, but I think, okay, we'll see how it comes in a moment. Right, let's see what's happening now. 15 minutes, should start getting some movement now. After yesterday's dead, what's happening now? Let's say somebody's stuck on me. Oh, don't think it's, oh, that's better. Oh, Bubba, full up, Bubba. Yeah, we're in Bubba as well. I think some guys are anyway. Bubba's come off nicely. That's beautiful. It's in Bubba. HQ. Not a lot, but at least it's come off. I suppose everything's relative. It's on the 15-minute chart. Looks a lot, but it's not that much. It's okay. So that's come off. That's okay. I think some guys are in Meta and Microsoft. Quite short one. Oh, that's right. You mentioned earlier on about the news coming out. I forgot about that. It's had a bit of a jump. But Microsoft, if you're in that one, anyone in Microsoft? We got in at 264, I think it was. Anyone in this one? If you are, obviously you can modify your stop. And that, yeah, 264.15. So yeah, that's a bit of good news. At least that's come to plan. Plans come through fruition. So nobody's in Microsoft. Don't go on about it. No one's in. There should be one or two. I thought you were in it, Farney. At 264. We had a trade out. So a couple of them must have been in it. I don't know why you're taking profit.
No, I'm in.
That's all right then. Okay, yeah, but obviously put your stop down. Maybe put your stop down at 260 or 261 or something. I don't know. But it's clearly at $10 per share up. So that's great. Yeah. That put a smile back on the face, eh? Yeah, Med's disappointing, but that's a fundamental, bloody fundamentals, eh? That's still coming off. That's good.
Yeah, I'm happy with this since our raised stop loss on gold was hit.
Oh, okay. That's right. It's been hit 1840. Yeah. Don't ask why. Still above 104. I don't know why that is. What's the yields doing? Yields are going up, so that's negative for the gold. Don't ask. I don't know. No idea. Why that's going up there. Not the slides, it makes no sense. That all poses a downside. In fact, to be honest, if you're out, I think it goes up a bit more. You can short it again. I don't know what the hell it's doing up there. If you're still in, I'll hold on to it. If you're not in, I mean, take another short on it. Maybe even squeeze a bit higher up. Maybe 1845 or something. Maybe get a bit higher up. But yeah, I don't know. The yields are up, and that's negative for gold. Dollar did come off a little bit, but it's now back about 104 again. So that in theory should be bad for gold. Go figures. But anyway, your Hewlett Packard should be doing fine. Your Microsoft is doing very well, and just some guys again in Bubba, and that's doing nicely. 102 or something on Bubba. See if I can find it. 102.80. So yeah, that's actually $6 per share. Remember, this is a 90 Rand share, $90 share. It's not a $200 share like Microsoft. So, you know, it's 3 times the price. So in theory, And that's come off 10. This is 6. That's a third of the price. It's good like 18 on Microsoft. So that's pretty damn good. I reckon you should hang on in there, Fiona. I wouldn't be against something going in actually. If we've got knocked down, do it again because so I don't know what it's doing up there. But anyway, this is good news. Okay, so that's at least cheer us up. Okay, anything else on the share front?
Google, can we chase it for a short?
Yeah, it's technical damage, definitely in the sell zone. Hey, was in the buy zone. Oh, that was a long time ago. The buy zone, something ago. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 days ago. So yeah, buy zone, neutral, now from the sell zone. That's only $3 on the day. Yeah, it's only $3. That's $90 this one. Yeah. So used to Google being about 3,000. Hey, 2,000. Is that too far? $5. What's that? About 5%. It's not that drastic. If you take it down here, it's not going to work. So you're going to have to twice try to stop. Maybe rather have it there. It's $3.20. Take it down here. Yeah, that'll work. Just gonna quickly check the 4 hour. Let's check the 15-minute. We're getting buyers coming in. Yeah, I'm back with Google. Yeah. Let's have a look. We'll come back to a second. We'll modify stock to look at. But I do quite like the Google. I agree with you.
Just don't like the fact that it have now formed that gap. It opened much lower.
Yeah. Yeah. But if you're on that gap. Anyway, 30.30, where's that? Entrance is up there. It's 2.5%, which is a fair whack. Yeah, I think so. I think you can bring it down to, yeah, I think you can bring it down to break even. Just to protect yourself and see if we can get some more downside on this. Yeah. 1854 is fine on that Fiona. I don't. It goes up there. I go figure. I don't know what's doing up there. Unless the dollar weakens, which it's not doing, the yields come off, which is not happening. So I don't know. Yeah, stick with the stock there. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Modified it there. Go back to Google because I take your point. So I was a bit hesitant. That's what I was to that one immediately. Normally, so hang on. Let's look at this one first. Yeah, I'm thinking that myself. Get there 93.60. Let's see any movement back up again. Not really. See, even on the 5-minute now, it's let's try the 1 minute. It's trying to move up, the sells are coming in again. I think it's so bad. If you kept the stop out of the way, how far? Maybe around, maybe somewhere around there. So I'll put some figures up. I do quite like it, yeah. Anyone like to get some figures on this one? Nobody?
Please, please.
Okay, write it down then. I'll paste it for you. Cool. 92 points, put 92.70 there, make my life easier. All right, I'm going to put the stop in here. That should do the job. 96. 96. Then make it down here. Make it 86 on the dots. Make sure it's okay there. That's 10, that's 4, that's fine. That's plenty, yeah. So 92.70 to 96.40. What is that? That's $4, 33.70. What's that? It's about $60, isn't it? Yeah. Per share, that is. Okay, just give me a second, and then you tell me what to do or not. Not 0.1, this is per 1.0, remember that. There you are, peruse that, see if you like that. Right, have a look at that, see if you like it. Popping up a bit now, bloody hell, so maybe you're right, maybe I'm a bit. It might go back up to about here before it comes off again. Jumping around anyway. Whatever, yeah, whatever. You can't pick the tops of the bar, it might go a bit more, it might suddenly come off, you know. See what I mean? It's jumping around. So I'm happy with it. Okay. Anybody like it? It's a better price now if you want to go in. You're going to wait a bit, okay? Anybody else?
What's the 1 hour time frame looking like?
Well, 1 hour won't tell you anything because it's only open for 10 minutes. It's the same as a 15-minute. You see what I mean? Same thing because it's only been open since past.
Okay.
Nobody seems too keen, okay? So looks like you're going to wait on this one. Make sure you got enough free margin, by the way, even whether you like it or not. If you go after you go on in, just make sure. Okay, gonna wait on this one. Okay, fine. I have to say I agree. I like it, but I prefer to wait. Let's see. Well, I won't write that down. Okay, got it written down anyway for the thing to put up there. So we'll just put 2 question marks. We'll see whether we should or shouldn't later on in retrospect. But
Yeah,
I think
because mate, it's also at that resistance. I don't know how strong is that around the 14th of February. Is it a small resistance there?
you think you might be chasing it a bit? You think you might get a better price? I think we're all agreed to short it, but you might get a better price. Fair enough. Fair enough. I'm just sticking with guns. I do quite like it, but I hear your point entirely. Okay, and then as it starts to move up a bit, I think it's probably more noise than anything else. Okay, fair enough. Okay, so you can get a better price. That's the bottom line. Fair enough. Right. Gold. If you've been kicked out, and you want to go in again, or rather wait on this, maybe get to 1845. Just give me some updates. You want to look at something like that. There's the FTSE. We got that one out. Now it's giving you some bit of jip again, isn't it? AUD CAD. That's what's happening to our friends there. That's starting to make a bit of profit. Well, that's a bit more pleasant, isn't it? Yeah, now we're a little bit higher up there. So about 10, just over 10 pips in profit. That's okay. Obviously, don't move anything and stop anything at the moment, far too close, but at least it's seemingly trying to come right, which is good. AUD NZD. It's about the same. We got it out just now at 1022. 2 pips. That's hardly any. It's break virtually even. Bondili, when to close the trade? That is the most impossible question in all trading. When to close it? That's the biggest situation. When to close it? Yeah, you always can either close it too early or too late or whatever. All I can say is I don't know. You've just got to take and say, right, that's okay. I'm happy with that or whatever. But we all do it. It's natural. I've done it myself. Still, so I'm trying to do it. Try and pick a top or a bottom, but it can't. It's just no. But anyway, I would be looking at closing now.
Yeah, he must just learn to control his emotions. You see, turning blue and red, that will happen all the time. You can never avoid it. It's more about emotions. I know the money is involved, but just be patient, look at the markets, and you understand.
Yeah, I think you picked it up, Morris, as well. I think I missed the point a bit there. You mean he's gone for red to blue, and now you're a bit scared. You want to get out of it? No, then I missed your point. No, absolutely. What Ken and Morris are saying there. It's going to be jumping around. That's noise. Blue might go to red. You can't do on that. It hardly covered your cost. You're out. So taking 1 rand in, 1 rand there. That's not going to work for you. You've got to say, I've got the strategy. Let it run. Give it a chance, basically. Yeah, because I was going to say, what the hell's it doing up there? There on. That's more like it. Couldn't stand the thing up there. Maybe it was pushed up there to kick some of the stops there by the institutions around the world. I don't know. But yeah, I'm surprised to see it up there. Okay, anyway, it's coming off a bit now. Good. So AUD NZD, it's virtually break even, maybe a pip or two in profit. That's hardly counts. We'll see if that can get some traction. AUD CAD, a moment ago when we looked, it was up about 10 pips. Is it still doing anything okay? AUD, yeah, well, hovering around, at least you've seen 80 canola. Then it's a little bit okay, so let them run. Okay. Yeah, well spotted, Ken. Yeah, that's correct. Exactly what we'll do, man. I missed that point. Yeah. Suddenly see that and the emotion take over. No, you can't say that. As soon as you see a bit of blue, take it. No, you've got to give the trade a chance. No, rock mine, my friend. No, I absolutely not me. The pound today. Really not me. I was really upset about that. Not the buckaroos. I'll be honest. I've got that sorted now. I'm just saying that things like that happen because I think you think the guys went, you build up credibility and trust, and that happens. It's horrible. And you can't say, well, don't trade the fundamental around, then you never trade.
I think we missed gold, eh?
What about gold?
Start falling like a rock.
Yeah. I think some institutional playing around there. I don't know why it shut up there in the first place, but anyway. Something might have gone in again that level there. Anyway, whatever. But if you're still in this one, yeah, hold on. I think Fiona's still in. Hold it. See what happens now. Okay. I know you'll feel better tomorrow. It's just very irritating. Yeah. But the other trades aren't too bad at the moment. That's the main thing. We're just about 100% hit rate this morning, so I'm particularly annoyed, you know. Just yeah, see if the NAS is starting to come off a bit again. Yeah, might just popped up there, might come off a bit. See what happens. Okay, that's covered the stuff we're in. Anything there? No, just look to those two. Anything else you'd like to discuss? Yeah, absolutely. Just flashed across the screen. Just learn about quick trade. I want to make a lot of money before I invest any money. Not quite sure how to answer that. So just flashed across the screen on the WhatsApp. I just said, I want to learn about quick trade because I want to make a lot of money, but I don't want to invest any money just yet. That's the time's going to work that one out. Okay, yeah, that came out. So what was that fundamental news again? Finally, I've forgotten. Something came up about Meta that was actually quite good earlier on. Was it last night or something, or yesterday?
It was basically the subscriptions that he announced that the market really liked.
Ah, that's right. I remember now. Yeah. Well, we'll see how long it continues. But if you're in it, well, I suppose you've got your straight stick with it. But if you're not in it, one deal, I wouldn't get cute. You said Meta. I don't know if you want to buy it, sell it. You're in it. What? Actually, what do you want to do with it? Do you want to buy it or sell it, or what do you want to do with it? Just put the name up. I'm not quite sure what you're looking for on that. You want to sell it, okay? I think wait till the dust settles. Let's have a look at the daily, which is definitely holding there. You know me, I'm pretty negative about the markets overall. Seller rally has been my breed from a month or two now. I'm not sure, to be honest. I'm not sure. After that jump on that bit of good news, you haven't finally mentioned, I think rather let the dust settle. If you miss out, you miss out. I'm not so cool to jump in just yet on that. You can't chase the Microsoft, that ship sailed. Hewlett Packard, if you're not in, don't chase it now, that ship sailed. The only one I thought might have a chance, but nobody's keen on, would be Google. But here we are. But nobody seemed to like it. But if you look for something, I do rather like this one. If I had a choice, I'd rather do this one than Meta right now. Might be a bit cheaper for you as well. Don't know how much money you got, but I find it a bit cheaper for you. It's only a $3 on stock. I think Meta would have about a $5, $6 stock. So you can do the Google one if you like. If you don't, well, that's up to you. I'm just putting it out there for you to make a choice. I just wonder if getting pulled back in this damn pound, I've got my son in brain this thing. Perhaps I thought that might bloody happen in the end. Well, not on this one. What's so special about the NZD? This I think is probably more dollar strength coming in again. At least that seemed to come in back anyway. But leave it alone. I would say. All right. Yeah. There was an article on Walmart and Moderna, and that you should keep their eyes on it. Okay. Did I have a little Walmart up here? I think I have. Did I have anyway? Keep an eye on what way, expecting to do something. Well, look at this. Came off, I'll give it a better one here. That's right. Open down there somewhere and just been climbing back up again. What's that telling me? Nothing at all, to be honest. What's the article say? Some good news or bad news? What's it say? Okay, no problem, Dirk. At least you joined us. Fair enough. It's about Moderna, but Walmart, yeah. I was quite like Walmart. It's the biggest supermarket group in the world by far. But I haven't heard any news on it, so you have to regale me on that. I don't know. Well, all of this is just open. It's just jumped up $3.60 in the last 20 minutes or so. So obviously good news coming out. How long that's going to last, we shall see. Bit slow often, that find. It's we call it defensive stock, which people are going to eat, whether they lose their job or not, or they starve to death, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, but it tends to be a little bit slow. Well, let's get good news out. Switch, which is obviously an uncontrollable. Okay, anything else on the share front you guys want to look at? Tesla's been jumping around quite a bit. Not much happening at the moment, though. Usually one of the more volatile stocks. Netflix, you're keen on Netflix? Come off of it. Find nothing there. I won't be selling that at the moment. No, I think that's me run out of bright ideas.
How far is that Euro JPY?
Yeah. Before I don't get tired, Anna Marie, I'm going to be honest, I'm a bit hungover after yesterday's holiday. You're a JPY, okay. That's not so bad, eh? Anybody still in this one? I think so many guys got so cupful of it that they took it a bit of a profit. But anybody still in this one? Are you still in it, Ken?
No, not me.
Okay. Nobody's still in it, so we're all out. Oh, Nick MK's in. Oh, yeah, there you are, MK. There's a bit of good news for you. That was giving us serious bloody hassle at one stage. Now it's up 60 odd pips. Well, now
You remember last week when I said the movement phase is still coming? There it is moving slowly.
There it is. Well, the
And
trade
I
was,
said it was still consolidating, retesting the resistance that it just broke, and then
Yeah.
it will move. But unfortunately, I'm out of it by mistake. I don't know what I did.
okay. Well, this NK's in. That's a bit of good news. A bit spoiling about the pound earlier on. That's a bit of good news. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm getting a bit worried about it now. Is he going to break higher up? It's got quite a bit of, number one, it's the round figure. Okay, psychological resistance. It's quite a bit of resistance at this level here as well. It might pull back a bit. So just watch. If it starts pulling back, it might be worth taking. But that's good. I mean, that means it's ended up not a bad trade for the guys. Well, that's something that put me in a better mood. I reckon so. No, the problem is what to. I don't want to put too close, but I think it might come back a bit. Maybe 143.80. But I'm right, it's going to pull back from there. It's got a bit of resistance. I think some sellers might be attracted in here. And it may go further up. I'm not sure, but I think it might battle to get through there. Yeah, actually, no, I can't make my mind up. 80 or 85. But then you're in a profit either. You make the choice. I'm not chicking out the choice. 143.80 or 140.85. You make the choice. You'll be in a profit anyway. It'll be highly irritating to get knocked out and it goes back up to 144. Then you'd be out better. Was it? I thought it was 130.30 or something. Got written down here a couple of days ago. I did all this paperwork. I got it 143.32. You got 143, then you're really smiling. Yeah, well done. That's a nice one, Ken. Well done. That's good natured because you're already out of it. Yeah, that's good natured attitude. I like that. Yeah, nice support there. Instead of being, brother, he's all right with him, he's in and I'm not. No, I like your attitude. Yeah, good for you. Let's say envy, one of the 7 deadly sins, eh? Yeah, it's trying to move back up. So yeah, make sure you're protected, NK. But it looks like you might get lucky. Seems to be trying to fight its way up. Well, that is good news.
Yeah, NK is making up for the losses on GBP and ZD.
Yeah, I'm quite chuffed about that. Put me a lot better mood. Thank you. What's that? Gold still coming off? Yep, it's coming off. No surprise there. Is the NAS anything happening on the NAS? Yep, it's coming off again. So the Hewlett Packard should start coming off again. Microsoft, should the theory start coming off again, which it is doing. That's good news. That's great. And your Bubba should be doing the same thing. Well, hopefully. Oh yeah, don't forget the AUD CAD. Slow, boring, but at least it's okay. But best I can say on that. AUD NZD. What price do we get in on that one? A lot more already. 22. It's now 33. So that's a little bit of more pleasant news for the time being. If something else comes out and keeps it in the bum, eh? Okay, right. Oh, hey, look at the dollar. It's starting to shrink again. 104.19. Just if you look at the dollar index on the hourly, it's going up nicely. So we should see the GBP now all stopped out, come back nicely as a result. Anyway, gold should do all right now. Should be kicked up. Sorry about that, but he's in lose. One I want to get him, I still can't find an entry. I'll miss this again. Can't seem to get an entry on that damn thing. Hey, I think someone's in the US dollar CAD. I think it's Marius. You should be getting some good joy out of this. Now you're getting some. Hey, you're doing all right, Marius. That's doing okay. Hey, I think you're in this one. I think you mentioned hey. Yeah. Good. Well, that should be a smile. So some smiles coming back on after that knock we had earlier on. So see if we can go. Is that passion with you at JPY? You can press up further than I want to go out with bathing. It's giving us such a hassle. That's falling back a bit. Just watch it. Just watch that. If we start getting below 85, maybe start thinking maybe getting out. Don't see it all come all the way back again. You know what I mean? CHF JPY. No, can't get it entry yet. You're a CHF, a fascination with this for a short for some reason. Just can't seem to get it there. Not enough meat on the bone yet. Okay, sorry guys, that's me for bright ideas. So yeah, everybody, I think everyone here's got a calculator. Good. Anyone's not got a calculator? Brian, you got a calculator? Dieter, we're all going to have the calculator. Do not trade unless you know what your volumes are and your risk. I think you've all got it, but just in case, quite easy. Live chat, go to tech support and they'll sort you there. Not on your phone. In theory, if you're trading, you want to do this properly. You keep the phone as a backup and it's portable. It's not something you do. You need to do your research on it. The dollar's suddenly climbing. Yeah, I was a bit hesitant. Maybe we should go into gold again. Yeah, a bit hesitant. Pretty like that. Okay. Any Q&As you want to ask, guys? Mostly experienced guys, so not. But there might be some guys there, like Brian. Any questions? Dieter, any questions that you'd like to ask? Not sure about?
Yeah, mate, I missed the meeting last night about financial markets formation session and stock market course. I was invited on WhatsApp.
What are you talking about? You mean the 7:30 with the CEO? You mean?
Yes, that happened.
Okay. So it's okay. Anna Marie, I'll catch you tomorrow. It's a bit quiet now, so you get on with your trading or whatever. Lights come back on where I am after 4.5 hours. Anyway, that's good. Yeah, you missed that. Okay, fair enough. It might be recorded somewhere. I think it's on every week, so maybe go to the next one. It's about stock market college. I can't see how it's going to apply to you. I mean, you've already either got it or you know enough anyway. You don't need that now. Your knowledge is already there. So that's why I didn't attend. I attended the one I think it was on Wednesday a couple of weeks ago, Q&A, just to see what went down. Saw finally a marker on it. Just ask some questions, answer some questions, CEO. Just show he's being upfront, you know. Okay, Pete, I hope we've been in twice. Oh, you've been in since. Sorry, been in since. Well, that's fine. She's been in white stock, so no problem there. Thinking on the micro, fitness right to say. Yeah, let's have a look for Dow. Stick with it. Don't matter. You can be in for a week or two if it's doing well. Why not? 34144. So it's come off. It's come off 1,000 pips. I hope you're better than a micro. Because then you're in a lousy profit there. It's come off 1,000 pips. That was a beaut. What is our TP? I think it's a long way to go yet. It's got a wide TP and a wide stop on it. TP got 32.7, so still a way to go. But yeah, and the NAS is doing well. We got in 12.7. So assume you modified your stop. Let it run. I mean, you're doing fine. Okay, Fiona, good stuff. So yeah, stick with it. You should be smiling on that one. The Dow and the Nasdaq ones on the micro, the guys that took it, we have a big smile. It's coming up beautifully. This is 1,000 in profit, and the NAS is 500 pips in profit. Just make sure your stop's obviously a couple hundred pips away and go for it. let it run. Yeah, can't lose on that because you've got a couple hundred pips above, so you're well into profit anyway. So Julian, maybe put your stop at maybe 33,600, and then you've been a handsome profit, whatever happens, and let's see if you can get the TP out of it. They're beauts, but forget the good ones. Get Judas from the bad ones, eh? AUDNZD, look at this, starting to come right. Good. Well, I hope it's multiple micros, not one micro, otherwise it's too small. But that's up to you. Okay, at least and then you're making money, whatever. Yeah, that seemed to be coming right. You got in around about 38 finally on your buy limit, so you'll be in profit as well. So that's good. AUD is trying to go up, so that's good. So the others at the moment looking fine. Look at Google again. Exactly the same as it was. But I don't want to take it, so we've gone about it. Gone. It's moving up. Yeah, I'd have to give me a lot of hassle, that one. I've tried to short that a couple of times, in many favors. So yeah, suits you mean, bloody hell. Whoa. No, I couldn't find anyway, even there. I thought maybe short, but I couldn't find meat on the bone, so I left it 38 on a day. Look where it's down here. Back in December, talking 2 months ago, 38 pip range of 2 months, ridiculous. Yeah, head gas. It's a dirty word in here. Like if you're in the theatre, you can't say Macbeth. You've got to say the Scottish play. It's bad luck. Head gas, the same thing. So you've got to refer to it as the trade we don't want to talk about. Oh, I see you're going long on that one. Good chance. Don't know where Zep is, but he went long once and I went short. And he got that one right. In fact, I think we both did actually, because it came off enough to modify and take profit in the end, and then before it popped up. So we both won on it, it turned out. But yeah, let's hope you comes right. I'm not in it, so I'm not going to be against you, but I'm sure. But I'm not, so that's fine. Maybe we can get there. But I can't see a trade anyway at the moment. For sure, not enough meat on the bone, but upwards it's pretty quiet. But if you're in a profit, fantastic. And then K, it's not coming off this thing. It's every time it tries, it's pushing up. You might do well, even better. I mean, great. Yep, and the AUD CAD's still trying to press up, so that's good. Yeah, the smile's coming back again. Just about to jump out the bloody window and then start come right again. Eh? Okay, guys. Anything else? Anything else you want to question? Any guys that are not sure about something I can quickly answer, or copy and paste, or you all got my number and everything else?
Roger, a quick one. Rule of thumb on indices. How many pips do you normally, when you raise your stop loss, are you keeping intact?
Yeah, good question. On the NAS, about 200 pips. If you keep it any tighter than that, you risk getting knocked out. So my rule of thumb is 200. The only time I might get closer, it's getting near the highs and it might come off. I've started putting a bit closer just in case it breaks through, etc. But normally, especially when I enter, 200 pips is normal minimum. And then on the Dow, probably a little bit more. It's a bigger number. It's 30,000 compared to 12,000. See what I mean? Probably about 300 on the Dow. And on the S&P, I don't know, it's difficult to say. On the S&P, probably about 100 at a guess, right about that. You've got one in anyway. I think we're in profit now. But if you're entering, let's say you want to short it now, I'd have to stop up here, maybe up here. Probably about 100 on the S&P, 200 on the NAS, rule of thumb, and about 300 on the Dow. And you can, I suppose, a bit closer if it's getting near resistance or whatever. If you start putting 50, 80 pip stops in the Dow and the NAS, it needs to get stopped out in the noise. and especially 4:30 opening. But even so, get stopped out on the noise, jump around a bit. Let's have a look at since it's open, give an idea of it. The NAS. Okay, let's have a look now. It's been open for, I should put up 30-minute one on. See what I mean? It's just been jumping around already, 75 pips, which that's not that much compared to sometimes. I've seen much bigger movements in that. So yeah, I think I'll answer your question. Okay. All right. You good with that, Connie?
Yes, thanks. So I assume the FTSE 100 as well.
Yeah, maybe 100, sometimes a little bit higher. The figure's a bit higher than the S&P. Come to your question, NK. Where's the FTSE? Depends on the situation, the daily. If you're to enter short now, I'd have it above there. Yeah, it's about 100, something like that. Yeah. Typical idea. How long does the noise last after opening? Well, I'm presuming with the Nasdaq. Probably. If you talk about the NAS on opening and the Dow, probably the first 10, 15 minutes. Then it quietens down a bit. Then it can do what it has to do. Normally even less than that. Might be the first 5, 10 minutes, something like that. Basically, just to explain again what happens, is a lot of guys only open and close what we call the spot market. It opens at 4:30, and they've got pending orders either to close or open. And obviously can't do it because the shop is closed. So wait till it opens, there's no choice in the matter. And then those orders be filled. That's why you get a bit of jumping around before it settles down. It's not that long. Okay. It's coming off again, which is good news because the NAS is coming off. So I think you're going to get lucky there. Anybody in Bubba, by the way? Someone mentioned Bubba. Anybody in Bubba? Anyway.
Yes.
You are. Okay. So you're doing okay in your stocks at the moment. Your shares are doing fine. Hey.
Yeah, no, the stops is, or the shares is much better. The only one that is very slow is Nike. I mean, that share already a couple of, well, since the 8th, it's 2 weeks, 3 weeks almost.
Sure enough, Mike.
If I recall, it was a signal.
Can't remember. I said a couple of weeks ago. I tell you what, I can't remember. I had so many out. I just can't remember. Yeah, hell of a slow. See what you mean? Hell of a slow. What sort of range we're talking here? $1.50 and $120 share. Wow. See what you mean? Are you in profit on it?
Yes, but I was thinking in closing it because it's just keep me from other possibilities.
I tell you what, I agree. It's limiting your margin, free margin, other possibilities. It's tying your money up a long time. Number 3, it's getting close to some resistance, as you can see there anyway. And number 4, a couple of wicks coming in there. I'll just make it a bit clearer. See some wicks are coming in there. If you're in a profit, it might be an idea. Bank it and then just release capital, look at something else. Yeah, I agree. Makes sense. See what he's talking about there? This is not real sort of brilliant brain stuff, this. Just a bit of thinking and common sense. And yeah. And major problem with this is the emotional aspect. It's so in your face, the movement. I would say it's like your house. You don't know it's gone up 5 or 10 grand today or this week or whatever. So it's not in your face, it doesn't worry you. But this is so transparent in your face, it does start playing tricks with your mind. That's the only problem. some guys, when they do with trade, what they do is they do what I've done here, is move the thing down out of the way like that. It's not playing with their head. Because you become fascinated with the movement. You think, it's coming right. And then you go to the loo and come back. Now what's happening? So you can play with the head a bit. It's just the buyers and sellers in and out all the time, which is pretty slow. Yeah, I agree with you. You've got my backing on that one. At least you pocket, and the last thing you want to do is get stuck in it for another couple of weeks. It pops up, and you've got to wait till you come to profit again. So I think rather move on to something that's a bit quicker. Nobody wants to be on the slow boat to China. You want to be something that moves. What about NGAS, guys? That moves. Hey, don't talk about it. Just in a good mood. Don't spoil it. Okay. Oh, this now talk about that's coming back again. Anyway, that's the market for it. Okay, I'm afraid I haven't got any more bright ideas. I'm hoping to get some more action tomorrow, but I haven't got any add to new. I can do a Q&A session. Anyone else? Look at the names on there. I think most of the stuff they already know, so I don't want to just repeat myself and bore everybody. Never mind as well. We've all got the position size calculator. You know how to save it on your templates, your charts, specifications, how to work out the margin, etc. Single out here. Got your economic and DXY links. So I've sent that. And I think you've got my number if you want to WhatsApp me. And yeah, so yeah, all good. If you haven't got my number, I'll post it for you on the thing. But yeah, other than that, not really much to add. Don't want to start interfering and try and get cute unless you can see a trade. But I think we've just about covered at the moment. We'll stick with the AUD, NZD, see how they carry on. We've got a few shares out, they're doing fine. NAS and Dow's doing brilliantly. Yeah, so it's not too bad. I think I'm taking that NGAS off because it's just stuffing me around, so don't tempt me. I'm going to hide it. There, I'll get rid of it. Somebody wants it, just shout. But you won't get much backing from me or Farney or Mark, I'll tell you right now. And now NK's joined the anti-NGAS club. Yeah. Can't chase that. Pretty sure we can't chase this either. No, we can't. Okay, guys, not really much to add. Should we wrap it up and catch you tomorrow? Anything else you'd like to chat about? You're good, Brian. I didn't been before. Have you just out of interest, Brian? Have you traded much in the past, or are you fairly new to this? Okay, we're probably shy. Okay. All right. Thank you, NK. We're getting there. I'm so pleased about your JPY. Make sure you got a protective stop in. Don't say lose on it now. And then maybe we can get some more out of it. Well, buddy, done. Okay, at least you're happy, Brian. It's for everybody. So if you're not sure, thank you, Brian. I hope you're learning. I hope you gain value. If the other guys chat because they've been more confident that we're not ignoring you, just put your hand up and, you know, we all different levels, no problem there. And Pete's happy. I want to hear that. In other words, when you play golf, you want to birdie the 18th. You've had a bad round, it puts you in good mood before you go to the 19th. So that's good news. Okay, guys. Well, there we are then. I'll catch you tomorrow morning. Cheers.